Oh, nice color. It's bold. It's bold.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Questions for Derek?
Back to where it all started.
Yeah.
How much do you actually remember about that game?
My first completion.
First start, so you have to remember a lot.
First completion, I slipped throwing a flat route to Marcel. First touchdown, I checked to a little route to throw Streeter a touchdown. End of the game, I threw James Jones a touchdown. They brought a blitz and didn't cover somebody, and I was like, there's no way they did that on purpose, and I got hit in the back of the head. So I remember a lot of it. I remember them showing about 100 guys blitzing over here, and only 2 came over here, and I got hit. As a rookie quarterback, they can mess with you quite a bit. And I think it was Rex Ryan at the time too. But I do remember 2 touchdowns, so that was fun. But I also do remember I missed 12 passes, so that definitely still bugs me.
Have you ever, just for the heck of it, put that tape in and looked at it to see, all right, this is what I was then?
No. No, I don't want to see what I was then. I just remember going out there and just throwing fastballs, you know. Like, well, if I guess wrong, at least I throw it hard and hopefully they don't catch it, you know what I mean? But no, there's definitely probably not much to learn off that tape for anybody. But, I definitely had a good time. It's definitely a game I remember. I still have the football that was my first touchdown. So I definitely remember that stuff. And I'll tell those stories when I'm old. I'll probably tell my kids 100 times, because I'll probably forget by then. But you have good memories, but we ended up losing the game, so it wasn't too fun.
John spoke very highly of the Jets' defense, specifically Jamal Adams. What do you see from them on the field?
Yeah, Jamal Adams is one of the best players in the league. That guy's unreal. When you turn the tape on, you can feel his presence without being there. You know what I mean? I remember we played him. When did we play him? 16 here, 17, 15 or 16 here, right?
17.
It was 17. We played him here, and I remember telling him after the game, I said, "Man, keep that intensity. If you can play like that all the time," because I was impressed by him. I said, "If you can play like that all the time, you're going to be one of the best to be in this league." Now I have nothing to do with him being one of the best in the league, but I do remember having that conversation, right? And remember having that conversation and then just paying attention to him his whole career. I was like, can he really keep that energy up all the time? And he has. It's been very impressive to watch, whether they're winning, whether they're losing, no matter what's going on, behind the scenes. He brings that same energy every time, and very impressive. I have nothing but respect for him. He's not just one of the best safeties, one of the best football players in the NFL. Definitely one of the most physical. It's fun to watch him play. And their whole defense. They fly around, secondary, linebackers, D-line, they all hit. They're all physical. They play nasty. Very, very good group. Very good football team too. They're, again, people, talk about records and all those kind of things. Let's, pump the brakes a little bit. They were without their quarterback for a while. They're just getting healthy, and you're seeing what they're able to do when they're all out there together. And very, very tough game ahead of us, but looking forward to it.
Derek, I know you've cautioned guys not to get too far ahead of themselves as this season is unfolding, but do you notice anything different in the locker room, a little different vibe, or as this is unfolding like this?
To be honest, no, because we've always had a group that has had great energy, right? Whether it was OTAs, workouts, meetings, training camp, all those kind of things. We've had great energy all the time, and so the fact that there's still great energy in the locker room, that does not surprise me. The fact that when we lost a couple games in a row back, at the beginning of the season, the same energy was still there. It doesn't surprise me as it is now, because we don't get into wins and losses. We don't get into stats and all those kind of things, player of the weeks and all that kind of stuff, because it really doesn't matter until the end of the season, right? The only thing that matters is that we keep doing our same process and we love what we're doing and who we're doing it with. And if we can maintain that thought, that single mindset, the rest takes care of itself.
Is there something to be said about that energy being rewarded a little bit, getting the wins for it?
Absolutely, because then you start to see what we're doing is right, and when we do what our coaches say, when we execute our assignments, when everyone just does their job, everyone gets to benefit from it, right? I guarantee you Max Crosby isn't just sitting there saying, yeah, I got 4 sacks. Well, there's 10 other guys on that defense to help you get those 4 sacks. There's good cover guys. There's good play calls. There's good stunts. There's good guys next to you. And same thing with Josh. Same thing always with myself is there's 10 other guys on the field with you, and the coaches are helping put a plan together to help us, produce and things like that. So as long as our guys can keep a level head, which they will, and we'll make sure of that with those young guys. But, as long as we keep a level head, it's nice to see our process be rewarded.
How much do you personally adjust for cold weather games, playing cold weather? How big is that?
I'll wear it, honestly, just when it gets colder. Sometimes if it's dry, I'll just wear a glove, just to help with the ball handling and the run game and quarterback center exchanges, things like that. But when it comes to, I love it cold. If I could have it, 50 degrees in my house, I would. My wife would kill me, but I'd do it. So I've never really minded the cold or anything like that. Playing in the Mountain West, you play a lot of cold games, especially at night. Reno, Laramie, Wyoming, some of desolate places. And so you kind of get used to it. But I never really had a problem with it. Coming from Fresno, you kind of get shocked by it, but you get used to it, real quick.
Do you know Sam at all, and are there things that he's gone through that you can appreciate having gone through something similar?
I don't know him. I know people that know. We're kind of linked, throughout the deal. But I've heard nothing but great things about him from the people that I trust and who I like. They speak very highly of him. Works his tail off. He's obviously a great playmaker. I really liked him in college. Was a fan of his, and all those things. I remember watching him play a couple times because, some of my coaches coach in the Pac-12 also. So when he'd play, I get to watch him then and all that. So it was sad to hear when he got sick and all that. No one don't wish that for anybody. But I'm glad he's doing better. Glad he's feeling better, and he's playing really well.
Going back to Adams, he gets a lot of sacks for safety. How do you account for that? Is that a big stress after this week?
Huge stress. If you don't account, for that guy, he can ruin a football game. As we saw, in the Giants film, just taking the ball away from quarterbacks and things like that. It's happened to all of us, Daniel. Don't worry about it. Those things happen, but you see him make these plays, and it changes the outcomes of games. And you have to account for him. You have to be alert for him, but you also have to trust your rules. Because they're a smart staff. They've been around the block. They know how to use him to make you think one thing and do another. You know what I mean? Throw the left hook when you're ready for the right. Kind of a thing. So you just prepare with your rules, and you prepare with, what coach's game plan is. Put that in place. But absolutely, he's one of those guys you have to know where he's at.
After 3 games in a row at home, you're going back on the road, going back across the country. Just how much is the experience of maybe going on that 11-week road trip compared to this is now?
Oh yeah. These little road trips are nothing now. We're flying all the way across to New York, and we're like, that's half the flight, from what we're used to. And it'll be good for us. It's always good. Actually, it's so funny talking to our guys. We have a good routine of little games we play together, little team bonding things that we do. And some of the guys are like, man, we get to go on the road this week, because they're excited to bond some more, play some of our little games that we play. You know what I mean? And that's the makings of a group that gets along and loves being around each other. So, you always want to play at home. We always want to play at home, but when you got to go on the road, I think that we've had a lot of practice at it.
2 more?
You like New York City?
Do I like New York City? Yeah, I like New York, but I'm more of a country kind of guy. I like a little bit more land than, the bang for your buck out there. So.
All set?
Good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.